guys, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about 10 reasons why you should get a kidney transplant. I did dialysis for 2.5 years and I had a ton of people wanting to donate a kidney to me. However, I decided to wait a certain time because I had this misconception as well as some other factors. If you guys want to watch that video, then I'll link it right here. So yes, here are some 10 reasons. Also, if you are new, my name is Cindy and on my channel I share my kidney transplant journey as well with life, testimonies, travel, and just a ton of stuff. So if you guys are new, consider subscribing. Also, if you guys find this video helpful, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more videos. First reason I have for you guys is no more dialysis. If you've done dialysis before or on dialysis right now, you know how hard it is for your body to be going through that process. If it's hemodialysis or peritoneal dialysis, it wears you out over time. So you get to avoid any more dialysis and all those going into clinics, spending hours on that chair, or maybe plugging yourself up at nighttime. You don't have to worry about any dialysis anymore and you get to live without that burden. Reason number 2, you get your life back. Almost. And I say almost because yes, there's some things you have to adjust, but it's not to the extreme of when you were doing dialysis or when you were in end-stage renal failure, because those who didn't have to go on dialysis and just got a transplant, you are very blessed. But like I was saying, you don't have to go and make those changes to your life compared to when you're on dialysis. With the kidney transplant, you have more of your similar life back, but there are some adjustments such as medications, such as avoiding certain foods, being more cleanliness, and so forth. But it's not to the extreme of being on dialysis. Tip number 3, and obviously guys, I'm gonna mention this one, is that you get to travel. With dialysis and also with end-stage kidney disease, you are tired, you are drained, you don't even have that energy to even want to go travel, and you won't have that convenience of traveling when you're on dialysis because you have to either make your clinic appointments at a different state, or if you want to go out of the country, it's very, very difficult. However, with the transplant, you have that flexibility to work with. You are able to go and travel to different countries. I remember when I got my transplant the first year, I visited Honduras, Israel, where else did I go? Honduras, Israel, Greece, so forth. I took advantage of the fact that I was able to travel. Tip number 4 is that you get to eat whatever you want. And I say this to a certain limit because there are some things you have to avoid, such as sushi, raw meat, like grapefruit, and some other things. I can't remember exactly from the top of my head. But other than that, you don't have to be on a low potassium diet or low phosphorus or low protein. You can eat basically whatever you want. If you want to go eat basically candy or junk food or salty foods or this and that, you can do it. However, I don't advise it. I do advise that you eat as healthy as possible, you know, take care of that transplant, take care of your health, but you are medically speaking allowed to eat what you want. So you don't have to worry about carrying binders around, or you don't have to worry about not eating this because you don't want to go over that potassium or that phosphorus level. So yeah, you can eat whatever you want. Reason number 5 is that you don't have to have daily needles. And I'm speaking for those people that did hemodialysis and had a fistula. You don't have to worry about constantly being stuck with needles or doing as frequent blood work every 2 weeks or so forth. With the transplant, it's different and it also varies on hospital, but the first 3 months of your transplant, you're getting blood work monthly, and then after 6 months, it's like every other month, something like that, and then after a year, it's like an annual blood work. So you don't have to worry about constant blood work, and you don't have to worry about the constant needles and the poking. However, in my case, I do have a monthly infusion, which is where I get one of my medications. But if you don't have that IV, you don't have to worry about needles, the constant needles. Reason number 6 is that you have energy. You have energy to do things. You're not as tired. Your creatinine isn't high, so the toxins in your body are high. Therefore, you have that energy, you feel more more pushed and driven to want to do better and to want to push yourself, and to you have that energy and that drive that you need because you're like feeling great and feeling confident about yourself and your health. Number 7, you also have strength and motivation. I'm not just talking about strength physically, but I'm also talking about the strength emotionally, spiritually, so forth. Like you have that strength to want to keep pushing because your body is feeling good, and that motivation of wanting to stay in a healthy lifestyle, trying to avoid certain things because you know that it's not going to be good for your body or not going to be good for your spiritual body. You just have that strength and that motivation to want to keep pushing for better and for healthy you. Reason number 8, and this is something that a lot of us take for granted, is that you get to make urine again. Yes, you heard it, make urine. When I was on dialysis, over time, my urine output was decreasing pretty rapidly. And it was to the point a couple of days before my transplant, like I was peeing very minimal. And a lot of us take that for granted. Like when you know, like the feeling of not being able to pee and living in that in a constant like moment, and just like the little bit that comes out and you wish some more, like you have that desire to wanna, pee out more, however you can't because your kidneys aren't doing its job. It can be very disappointing. But when you have a transplant, you just make a ton of urine, especially the first week or so. You are constantly like making urine. So yeah, you get to pee, which is basically something a lot of us take for granted, but it's a blessing that when you have your transplant, you're able to do it easily. Reason number 9, and this kind of goes hand in hand with reason number 8, is that you don't have to worry about swelling. Since you are making urine, all that swelling will go down, and you don't have to worry about constantly being puffy or waking up in the morning with your eyelids puffy or your legs being uncomfortable from the swollenness. Your body gets to get rid of all that extra fluid. Reason number 10, you have a longer lifespan on a transplant rather than dialysis, or even with end-stage kidney disease. You guys know kidney disease is a rapid but silently killer, and it can catch anybody at the last moment and your life is over. And with dialysis, it's a slow death. Basically, it's killing you slowly. And the nurses will even tell you they're in dialysis clinic. I know my dialysis nurses would always be like, you need to get off dialysis. This is killing you, girl. You need to get off. So yes, dialysis will kill you slowly, as well as, end-stage kidney disease. If you're not even doing dialysis and you find out overnight that your kidneys have failed, it's a slow death. However, when you get a transplant, you do have a longer life expectancy. And obviously nobody could really truly put a limit or a lifespan on your life other than God, because only God knows when you're going to take your last breath and when you're going to leave this earth. But you do have that, healthier lifestyle with the transplant, so you are able to live longer and live better. So yes, those are my 10 reasons. However, guys, I do have 3 more bonus reasons why I believe you guys should get a transplant if you guys are still hesitating about it. Another reason why, if you're struggling with being underweight, you do gain some weight with the transplant, so you will feel a little bit maybe more confident if you are underweight and you want to gain that weight. Because I know on dialysis or being sick, it's harder to gain that extra weight that your body needs. Another reason is that you get to swim wherever you want. That means if you want to go swim in the ocean, you can. If you want to go swim in the pool, you can. And you can do that with being on hemodialysis or being on peritoneal dialysis, but it's also that worry of infection, because infection is always a possibility with dialysis, and yes, with a transplant as well, but it's not I don't know, I feel safer, if that makes sense, when I go swimming with my transplant rather than when I was swimming with catheters. I just felt more safer with the transplant. Another reason is that you guys don't have to worry about any more catheters, guys. I had the permacath, which is basically right here, and I still have my scar from it. And they remove any type of catheters that you have that are removable from dialysis. For example, the permacatheter, the peritoneal catheter. However, the fistula stays because it's something already in your arm. But I know a lot of people through YouTube that told me that over time, since it's not being used, it actually dies, so you don't even have to worry about the fistula being there. So yes, those are my reasons why I believe you should get a transplant. I know that there's a lot of misconceptions with the kidney transplant, such as the medications are really hard, or there's so many medications, I don't know if I'm gonna miss any, so forth, because I know I had those worries. And like I said before, I had this I had like this viewing of a transplant. Like I thought, I was like, you know, if I get a transplant in like a year, I'll be even sick from another like disease or another side effect, because yes, you are exposing your body to a lot of side effects. However, if you like maintain on top of those side effects and maintain on healthy like progress and really taking care of yourself, then you can avoid like even further like affliction to your body. So yeah, as long as you're taking care of yourself, being on top of your side effects and being on top of like your health, then you have it under control and you can do it. So if you are thinking of getting a transplant, think about it, pray about it, read about it, like talk to your doctors about it, watch videos to get more knowledge, so forth. Do your research and feel confident about this surgery if you are getting a transplant soon. So God bless you guys. I hope you guys found this video helpful, and also please don't forget to subscribe if you guys want to see more videos like this and of my life basically. So thank you guys so much for watching. Have a blessed and beautiful day, and I'll see you in my next video.